Hi guys, I'm seated in the electric taxi. Chigige ya masanyalazi. This is what these guys call the EV30. And I think, you see, this thing gives you about 117 horsepower. This is literally the power that is given to you by the Chigige. Chigige, almost the same power. Atenga ya diesel. Now this is electric, it has a CVT gearbox. And I think I like the interface. It has a lot of curves. Of course, it's not as big as the Chigege, but it's nice. I just want us to experience the power before I tell you what else I find attractive about this car. It has a reverse camera, and of course, it doesn't have 360, but it has a reverse camera. I just want you guys to see the amount of power we have in this car. Now, it literally doesn't make any noise, but and we're almost on the runway. Show them. This is a runway. It looks like what you would normally see at an airport. And 1 and 2, you have a timer. Help me with your timer. Someone is going to give me a timer. We're going to see how long it takes this car to go from 0 to 60. Yeah? How long it takes to go from 0 to 60. And I'm just reversing. I'm reversing to make sure that we start from a distance to get how long it takes from 0 to 60. Let me see. Is this what I want? Let's see. No, I think I want a stopwatch. So you're going to hit start when I say start. Yeah? And no, we're not going to show that. And you'll just show us after. And we're going to go. This is fully electric, yeah? Fully electric, and we're going to see how long it takes us to go from 0 to 60. Yeah? And 1, you guys are not strapped in, so you better hold yourselves. And 1, and 2, and 3, and go. Stop. How long was that? So it went from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. Well, we don't normally do those kinds of tests here, but for an electric car, I think that's quite impressive. Now, it gives you good torque. It gives you good torque, almost the same amount of torque that the Chigege will give you, which is diesel. Now, the things that I like about this car, you can control your AC like in a normal car. You can control temperature using this. You can make it hot or make it cold, and of course control the fan, and also control where the air actually goes. You can also lock the vents normally. You have a cigarette port. This, you can also charge your phone. I've not seen a charging point in this car, the electric charging point, since this is an electric car. You have some storage space in here. And of course, it doesn't have airbags. That's something. It doesn't have safety for airbags. But of course, most Chigeges as well don't have airbags, right? But I love how it feels. I love how it feels when you're shifting. You can see that I'm enjoying the steering of like I did about 3 meters of reverse driving, and it was still smooth. I love how this feels. It literally doesn't feel like it's an electric car. It doesn't feel like it's an electric car. Apart from the fact that you don't have the engine roll, it doesn't feel like it's an electric car. So this car gives you about 83 kilowatts, which is approximately 107 point something horsepower, which is literally almost what the Primo gives you, which is what a normal Chigege would give you with a 2KD engine. If what they are saying is true, because if you convert 83 kilowatts into horsepower, then that will be definitely giving you about 107. Now it gives you about 300 something Newton meters of torque, which is still what a Chigege gives you, and that explains the power that it has. Remember, it's a rear wheel drive, which gives it an advantage as it's moving. Yeah, and yeah, I like it, but I still have concerns like you. Questions that I would like to ask. I have someone. You see the people that are sitting out there. One of them is the manager of the company that's actually importing this. So I'm going to just talk to him and to see what he has to say. I'll turn off the engine. Then I'll show you what it takes to turn the engine back on. I'm just going to sit in the rear so that I give the camera person chance to sit there. Yes, sir. Good. Is it good morning? Good morning, Mr. Jaffa.
Good morning.
Thank you for giving us the chance to review this car that you call the EV30. Now, tell us a bit about how you guys got to start wanting to import this electric car.
Yeah, about the electric cars, we saw a gap in the latest trend of technology. In different countries, apparently right now, guys have electric cars and electric buses and trains and what. So it's a mode of latest technology that we want to introduce in the country. And the fact that our country imports spends too much on fuel, and we have electricity in our own country, we think it would save us a lot, and it would also save the country foreign reserves. Saving the foreign reserves.
Now the question would be, how reliable is this car? Has it been tested? How many copies of this car have been produced globally? Of this EV30?
The EV30, they are produced globally. In China, there are very many. Apparently, a company called Dongfeng is now manufacturing them, and we also have our parent company in Nepal. They have like over 1,000 taxis
that are using this
using this very car. They are all there. So we are introducing in Uganda. In Africa, Uganda is the first country to have this. So after Uganda, we'll expand to other neighboring countries as well.
And what has been the scores according to your research? Because I'm imagining before you imported these cars, you actually went ahead and researched and saw what do the Nepalese think about this car. What are the scores on reliability?
On reliability, out of 100, it's like 90.
90%.
90%, yeah.
Now the other question would be, where are the spares?
The spares, we are importing the spares in the country.
When?
Actually, you have a shipment that is coming with the spares, and we are setting up an after-sales service for them.
Will the customer service be good?
Very good.
You know, normally in Uganda, after you bought stuff from people, then you're not valuable to them anymore.
The car has a warranty.
How many kilometers?
A car has a warranty of 3 years, and you can drive it for 100,000 kilometers.
Free service?
Free service and free maintenance on us. Yeah.
So
So in case the car gets any problem, you can always bring it back to us.
So what are the things that normally die with this car?
It's so reliable. We'll talk about the battery because it's the engine of the car, but it has a warranty of 8 years. 8 years. The battery has, because we saw the battery down there. For the guys that don't know where we are stepping here, the batteries are under there. And of course, it has a motor under the passenger seat in front there, and then it's rear wheel drive. That's another concern. Not as such. Not as such. It has a 4-wheel drive in it.
Can I drive this car? Because you see how we drive our vans, we go through water and all that, and then the battery is located at the bottom of the car. How safe is that?
Yeah, the battery, the way it's inbuilt, like the way it's set up, even if you drive it on water, it has no effect. I've driven it a couple of times in rainy seasons and it passes through water and it's intact. How
much is this car?
The car goes for 120 million.
120, but then it sits only 10 people, so it means it might not be able to do taxi.
It's an 11-seater. We apparently it's an 11-seater.
9, 10.
Yeah, with a driver.
Then we don't count the driver.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah. So we call it an 11-seater, but the company manufactures the 14-seater. It also has the coasters, and the buses as well. Yeah. So this is the first import. There are more samples, but we're importing more cars.
So if the 10-seater is 120 million, how much would the 14-seater be?
About the length of the car, it is relatively the same for the 11 and 14 because the specifications will remain the same. It's just the length,
that will change.
Yeah, that will change. Yeah.
Then the question would be, if someone wanted to buy this car, do you guys have like payment plans? Do you buy to own stuff like that? Do you guys have that, or buy mwagara cash?
Apparently, we are planning to work with financial institutions, like for asset financing.
Yeah.
Probably the banks. Yeah, we'll get like 2-3 banks we can partner with regarding that people can get the car and pay in installments.
Okay, so and I was reliably informed that you can charge at home for about 6 to 7 hours.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you go with your car at home and you put it on charge and you start charging. The next morning it's okay. And the 3-phase, you guys have 3-phase charging points.
Yeah, we have charging
where
points.
You can charge for 40 minutes.
Yeah, we are putting them in central Kampala, then the greater cities of Kampala. We'll have them in Jinja, Mbarara, Lira, Gulu, all these areas, depending on the market and how much cars we have in the community.
And having driven this car, what is the range on the book and what is the range on the road on full charge?
Like on full charge, the range, it would go for 250 kilometers in our roads, probably, but if it's a smooth road, it can go for 300 kilometers.
300 kilometers.
A full charge, yeah.
A full charge. What's the long distance you have driven this car?
We've driven this car to Jinja and back.
Jinja on one charge?
On one charge.
How many people were seated in here?
We were 4 people. Yeah, we were just testing it, so we did a drive there.
Did you drive on AC?
We drove on AC, yeah.
All the time? All
the time, yeah.
What is the challenge you've seen with this car so far on the road?
Apparently, I've not seen any challenge with the car. But however, since it's a machine, you never know, anything might develop. But I don't think at the moment there is anything.
Have you driven it up a very hilly place?
Yeah, I've tried it.
How did it perform?
Perfectly.
Now,
yeah, the only issue I may say about the hilly roads that it would consume more energy than on the flat surface. Yeah, so if it would go for 300 kilometers per charge, if you drive on hilly roads, count it at 250 kilometers per charge. Yeah.
We have, of course, we have a normal battery to help it move. CVT gear knob, kind of like the Range Rover feel, yeah. And of course the AC system, and then the radio that sort of looks like an Android radio. Of course, this car doesn't have AC, doesn't have airbags. But I'm impressed with the AC. It's really cool. Let me just close here and I show you the number of seats. This is the first passenger seat, yeah. This is passenger seat number 1, and of course, if you go all the way here, if you count, this will give you 1, 2, 3 seats, and we have 3 rows. And of course, we also have AC in the back. We have climate control in the back for the passengers. Come behind, let me show you. Now, when you come behind here, of course, you don't have any more boot space unless you actually decide to move this seat, which moves. But other than that, if you decide to take 10 passengers, you don't have boot space. But something interested me. It's a rear wheel drive like all Chigeges. And of course, this is the differential here. And it has the motor down here. The motor connects here to the motor. And guys, the only challenge that I see this car is going to have with our Ugandan roads is the fact that it's rear wheel drive. It's not 4-wheel drive, no, because otherwise you'd be able to see a propeller shaft coming all the way to the front. But we don't have a propeller shaft. And come here, these are the batteries. This is the battery system down here, yeah. And so literally the only challenge that I see you're going to get with this car will be the fact that it's rear wheel drive. But other than that, it looks like it's a very nice car. It's a very lovely car. Probably perfect for the guys that do airport pickup, the guys that do school kids pickup, corporate companies and all that. Come see. Come see, come see. 3-phase charging ports. We have ABS down there. And of course, we have some electronic components down here, the fuses and all that. They're in here. And then window washer. And then we have brake fluid in here. Yeah. And then if you see, it has 2 sliding doors like most of the vans that you will see. Yeah. And then we have the normal charging port if you want to charge from home. Yeah. If you want to charge from home, this is the place where you put the charger. If you want to charge from home. Now, the other one was a 3-phase charger. This is the normal charger if you're going to be charging from home. And it literally feels It literally feels like the normal vans for the guys that have driven Dudu or the guys who saw their dads own Dudu. Having driven a Dudu myself, I think the feeling is literally the feeling of a Dudu. Ruzira bugorobi. Ruzira bugorobi. Ruzira bugorobi. So this is our charger. If you're going to charge at home, this is it. And I just want you guys to see the interior. Of course, now you move it like this, and then apparently it doesn't move. So the guys actually have to skip. But it has 3 rows. This is the first row, and of course you go all the way here, and then nekagwa, and then these guys also skip, and then they go this side, and that's it. And of course it actually moves. You can move this here and you can move that here, and it's the people that are seated at the rear, very rare of this car, that don't actually have fresh air. That's refreshing. And then and then you close like that. And then I'm going to have my first stint as a taxi driver today, and I'm going to call my passengers. Let me just get my bag down. So I'm going to drive my first passengers today, and so this is the charger you would get with this car, and then if it's 3-phase, you probably get adapters. And we put our charger here, and okay. Of course, normal taxi drivers don't have bags. They don't have backpacks. So if I transition, mujje mutuule nze njenda twalako abaliwo. Mbayita mutuule mu mmotoka y'amasannyalaze muli eyo. Awa kamera ojja tuula wano mu maaso. N'abalala batuule. Era bapiikinga awo. And then we start. Garawo tugende. Conductor tewali. Jangu otuule tugende. Ate gwe atatambulireko mu mmotoka mpya, naye ate when you sit in this chigege, this is not your usual chigeges. You actually have to put on the seat belt. Tewali kola content. Mwina license okuva mu UCC. Because that's the thing, that one of you is going to be my conductor as we pick our new passengers. I love the power this thing gives me. This thing gives me. It's of course now we drive the way the taxi guys drive. Ogendo okube ngombe, so that wait. So periodically it has some lags. Periodically it will have some lags. Zira bugorobi. Zira bugorobi. Mujja tugenda. Ate no bano balowooza I'm driving a normal taxi. Tujja balumba yo. Tuli mu taxi. Bamama mugenda. Tula tugende. Conductor. Garawo tugende. All right, so one thing we're going to test is how it goes up a hill. That's the thing I hadn't tested. So we're going to go up a hill, and it drives pretty smooth. Drives pretty smooth. And one of the things that I like about it is that you can actually feel that you're driving a car. It's not the normal silent of the electric cars. It's electric, yes, but then you would feel when the engine is actually on. And then I think the one thing that helps is if you have the AC engaged. Of course, when the AC is off, still the motor runs and you can feel that it's running. But when you engage the AC, then it's even hyper for you to know that it's running. So we're going to go up this hill and see how it handles. I love the power. I love the power. It actually doesn't feel like you're driving this car. You just charge it with umeme. And for you to charge this battery to full capacity, you need about 80. Not 80 actually. Yes, you need 80. Is it 80? When you charge, how many units did you use? At home. No, I mean the units of power you used at home. 40, yeah? Okay, for you to charge this battery to full, now this is a hill. Show them the hill. I just want you guys to feel how it handles the hill. Woo! That's power. That's power. That's power. And is this how as far as we can go with this new car? Okay, I'll turn. We can go round? Okay. Are you scared? Like how I'm driving your car? So it's doing 63 kilometers. You guys already saw it goes from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. Now, for the car junkies, that might not seem too impressive, but I find that by Ugandan standards, you'll not even go 7 seconds without finding a pothole. So if it goes from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds, it's really impressive. And you can actually feel you're driving a car. It would be nice to actually test drive an electric car on a journey of like Kampala to Masaka for you to see. And it's actually solid. When you're hitting these rough roads, you don't feel a lot of vibration. You don't feel a lot of vibration as you drive. And as well, people will not even know you're driving electric. See? It picks up power very fast. And of course it has power windows here. And then it also has power windows there. It also has power windows in the back. In the back it's actually the manual one. Onyora kanyole what? Onyora kanyole, but that's good because then it will never die. But then ate katika ine moroka y'amasanyalaze lwaki obovuga abantu ngo bavuga temuyina AC. So I'll just raise my windows, nyumiroka AC, and then you'll see me drive away. But don't feel bad. And then I just want you to see how fast this thing can go. It can go pretty fast.